Hola, Queens. It's your girl, Queen T here, also known as the one and only Fiancee Coach. If you're new to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, why don't you hop over to your favorite podcast platform, whether it be Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and follow the Fiancee Diaries podcast so you can take it along with you while you're driving, while you're jogging. Let's just stay in communication so that you can stay up to date on the latest episodes. Again, I'm Queen T, and I'm happy to have you here. Whether you're a fiance, whether you're a wife, whether you're a girlfriend, whether you're single and you're a wife in the waiting, I welcome you. You are a kingdom wife. There is something that led you here, and I'm just so grateful for your presence. All right, so today we are continuing the series of the 5 attributes of a kingdom wife. To be honest with y'all, I reviewed my previous videos, and I don't even think I ever called it a series. I think in the 5 attributes of being a kingdom wife video, I said that, I think I need to go ahead and do videos for each individual attribute that I introduced. And ever since I started them, I never said this is a part of a series. So we're going to say it now. This is the part of the series of the 5 attributes to help you be a kingdom wife. Again, you already are a kingdom wife. I want it to be known that this is just information that's going to help your walk be a lot easier. This journey walking with Christ isn't easy whatsoever, but if something can make it a little less rough and a little less, you know what I'm saying? Why not? The material is there, the resources are there. You don't have to do this walk alone, and that's why I'm here. All right, ladies. So today we're going to be talking about strength. So far, we've already talked about quiet time. We've talked about the S word. We've talked about wisdom. And today we're going to be talking about strength. Now, if you did watch the 5 attributes video, you're probably like, you skipped one, T. But I very much am aware that I did not go into the self-care, self-development one yet. The message for it just didn't come to me yet. But it will be coming next, or it will be coming sometime in the future. All right. So just be prepared for it. But today we're going to be talking about strength. I do have some words to back it up. And one of the words was what I introduced in that video on talking about 5 attributes when I talked about strength. But I wanted to invite you ladies to join a course, New Year, New Me, Leveling Up for 2022. It's led by my best friend and my business partner of MSCOC at Anna_the Life Coach on IG. Make sure you go follow Anna so you can get all the goodies and information on that course, all right? If you're looking for something that's going to help you stay on top of your goals, nutrition, health, wealth, finances, you need to take this course, all right? So go follow Anna, and while you're at it, tell her that Queen T sent you. The Fiancee Coach, Queen T, Tarjay, whatever you call me, she'll know you're referring to me, all right? Tell her that Tarjay, Queen T, the Fiancee Coach sent you so that you can take advantage of the additional bonus that she is offering you. I'm not going to tell you what that bonus is. I just want you to hop over and go follow Anna so that you can sign up for that course right now. All right, sign up for that course. So now back to strength, ladies. All right, what is strength? I like starting things with definitions. I feel like when I read definitions, it goes a little deeper. The first definition always starts off very basic. But when you go a bit deeper into the dictionary, you start seeing that those definitions start getting a little bit more stronger. It's like, why did you give me something so basic from the beginning? You should have just started off with the bread and meat from the beginning, So the first one I got is a basic definition. Bear with me. It's the quality or state of being physically strong. Okay, when you hear the word strength, you automatically think of the parallel word strong. All right, so that was kind of like okay, that's a given. But immediately, the second definition just snagged me, y'all. It just took me off my feet a little bit. It says the capacity of an object or substance to withstand great force or pressure. Come on now. When you are a wife in the waiting, matter of fact, just being a believer in Christ, there's always a lot of pressure from the outside force. There's a lot of pressure going on internally. If you're honest and more self-aware with yourself, you know that there are just pressures. And no matter what you do, they never seem to leave. You just have to find the best way to maneuver around them and make it through them. I used to say this thing, new levels, new devils. Unfortunately, and no matter how strong you get, Something is always going to be coming to combat you in life. So you have to be equipped with the weapons to fight against whatever it is that's trying to knock you off. And the word does say if you resist the devil, he will flee. Once you make it past that stage, he will flee. But when you graduate, he's going to try to come back again. And he's always going to run. It's just like, it just like, he just never gives up. And you should never give up. So that's my encouragement to you. The capacity of an object or substance to withstand great force or pressure. So what does this mean? I look at it as not allowing weapons formed against you to prosper. I don't know if y'all watch a lot of the real videos or TikToks. Honestly, I don't even understand TikTok. Most of the stuff I see, it'll like be on Facebook or it'll be on IG from someone's TikTok. And I hate when it tries to take me to TikTok to watch the video. But anyway, neither here nor there. What I'm saying is there was a comedian, I don't know his name. He said something about, I don't know who need to hear this, but I don't know who told the Lord that I'm strong because these weapons against me is prospering. And it was just funny, he's a comedian. And I was just cracking up at it. And I was just like, man, it really be seeming like them weapons be prospering. But I'm telling you, they can prosper if you allow them to prosper. You have the power and authority within you to speak over your life, over your marriage, over your family, what will be and what is going to be done. And that causes the enemy to flee when it's your strength in your fight. Now, in 5 attributes of being a kingdom wife, I talked about strength is everything that we were taught as young ladies growing up to be women about strength. Most of it is inaccurate. It's not correct. They tell us that being strong, being a strong woman is about being independent, not needing a man, like being team femininity and, just standing on your ground. It's just not that. They tell us that it's, making sure your agenda gets pushed forward. They tell us that it's making things go how you want them to go. It's talking about, they say go to your friends and family. That's not strength. And, I know y'all are probably like, what's wrong with going to my friends and family? But the problem is when you go to them before you go to God with your problems. And when they give you their opinion about what you think you should do, by the time you go to God, and then you have God giving you something, but then it's conflicting with what your family and friends told you, that's when it becomes a problem. And it actually doesn't cause you to be strong. It causes you to be confused. And you know what confusion leads to? A headache, chaos. It causes you to be weak. It causes you to be indecisive, unclear about what's going on. That is not strong. Everyone always used to say that, as a woman of color, we're not supposed to cry in front of people. These are things that we allude to being strong. But what makes it strong? That's what I really want to know. Like, what makes it strong that you're not allowed to be human? You're not allowed to say that you need somebody, or better yet, that you need a man in your life. The way I see it, saying that you don't need anyone is basically saying you don't need God. And I need God because, as I said, these weapons be trying to prosper. I don't know about y'all, but these weapons be trying to prosper. And if it wasn't for God, I don't even know how I would have made it this far. So just everything about strength that you've been taught thus far, I want you to just clear your mindset. Go to God and tell him to give you a new definition of strength, because there are some things popping up in your life, whether it be marriage, whether it be kids you're talking about, whether it be a project or assignment that you're taking on in life. There are things that God is trying to get through to you, but your own definition of strength is not allowing him to push it into you so that it can come out through you. All right. So you need to go to God in prayer and say, God, please change my mindset towards strength, because maybe you're like me. You have that strong woman mindset, independent woman. I don't need a man. This is how a lot of us were raised. And it's just a lot of habits that we have to break even now as adults. It's hard to break a habit as an adult. That's why they always say teach them while they're young. But it's not impossible to break the habit. So I want to encourage you to not give up. I do have some words for you. All right. So, oh God, y'all, I got 2 phones over here and I'm just like, what is going on? All right. So I do have some words for you. Both come out of the book of Matthew. The first one is Matthew 9:20 through 22. And it's talking about the woman with the issue of blood. It says, just then, a woman who suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding came up behind him. She touched the fringe of his robe. For she thought, if I can just touch his robe, I will be healed. Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, daughter, be encouraged. Your faith has made you well. And the woman was healed at that moment. You see how simple that was? Jesus was on his way to take care of another assignment. And this woman was brave enough to know that, for 12 years, I've been dealing with an issue. Y'all not going to tell me for 12 years she hasn't tried to figure out a solution to the problem herself. For 12 years. I'm telling you, I mentioned this in the wisdom video. It's literally, this is a part of strength as well. Giving up your agenda for God's agenda. I'm telling you, giving up your control so that God can take control. Sometimes we allow situations to just linger for way too long. Sometimes we allow decisions to take way too long to make when we just need to give God control over it all. And the woman with the issue of blood, she can be seen as an example. She was someone who had gotten to an all-time low, and she still went to God and said, you know what? I don't got to get his full attention, but if I can get a partial touch of him, partially a part of his attention, then I can be healed. It was her faith, y'all. Faith is going to give you the strength that you need. Having faith gives you so much strength. And people always, go in on the definition of faith in Hebrews 11:1, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the confidence in things not seen. And it's like, how do I hope for something that I can't see, but I'm saying that I can see it. This is just something that you have to go to God in. God will give you all the strength you need. He will give you all the answers you need. All right, so that's one example in the book of Matthew 9:20 through 22. The second one I'm going to give you is about the Gentile woman at Matthew 15, and it starts at 22. A Gentile woman who lived there came to him, pleading, have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David, for my daughter is possessed by a demon that torments her severely. But Jesus gave her no reply, not even a word. Check this out. The disciples, Jesus' right-hand men urged him to send her away. Tell her to go away. She's bothering us with all her begging. And Jesus said to the woman, I was only sent to help God's lost sheep, the people of Israel. But she came and worshipped him, pleading again, Lord, help me. Jesus responded, it isn't right to take food from the children and throw it to dogs. She replied, that's true, Lord, but even dogs are allowed to eat the scraps that fall beneath their master's table. Jesus said, dear woman, Jesus said to her, your faith is great. Your request is granted. And her daughter was instantly healed. Now, in this instance, we have a totally different woman. She's a Gentile woman. If you know anything about the Gentiles, they're seen as like the untouchables. They're seen as like they don't have God's grace or his salvation. But this woman, she came to God. It was like he tested her in a way where he was just like, oh, I'm only supposed to go after the lost sheep. And she was like, look, I'm a lost sheep right now. I need you. I know that the world is calling me one thing, but God, I know you. And he healed her instantly because of her faith. And I'm telling y'all, your faith will save you. She knew her worth. She knew her identity despite what the world was saying. She knew her worth. She knew her identity was despite what social media was saying about her life, or the things that she was seeing on Facebook statuses, or the things that her boss said about her. You got to know your own identity, and you got to know your worth. Knowing that your marriage in itself, even before you're in your marriage, is worth fighting for. Don't get in this mindset that God don't have time for me. You got to get to a point where you have power and authority in you, where you make God have time for you. His word says it. I know that y'all going to say that's a little out of line, but his word says it, y'all. It says to ask and knock, and the door, ask, seek, and the door shall be open to you. It says that in Matthew 7:7. Quote me on it. Okay? Ask, seek, and knock, and the door shall be opened unto you. He wants us to come asking. I don't want to say begging, but your faith. You got to know who you are, know your worth, and know that your marriage is worth fighting for. So I have some other things. What does strength look like in marriage? It looks like sacrifice. It looks like selflessness. It looks like not giving into impulse. All right, queen. We quick with we real swift with it when they get No, but seriously, in your marriage, you're going to be tempted. I don't know about you, but I can be really I can be really on edge about having, like, not even just in marriage, just with people in general. And this is something that God has been working on me with. Just having a quick response, an impulsive response. The thing is, once that response is out, you can't take it back, y'all. So remind yourself of that. So we have sacrifice, selflessness, not giving in to the impulse urge. All right, fighting. Okay, this is the type of fighting y'all think I'm talking about. I'm from Baltimore, but I ain't talking about that type of fighting. All right, y'all, we talking about a different type of fighting. Okay. All right. So fighting, I'm talking about by prayer and the word of God. Even when you don't feel like it, even when your significant other is getting on your nerves, even when you feel like your significant other is wrong, even when you feel like your feelings are hurt, you have to fight for your marriage. You have to realize that at the end of the day, you're not fighting your spouse. You're fighting an enemy who's making it seem like you and your spouse are at odds. All right. There are spirits lingering around, and you have to go by prayer and word to get them out. Jesus does this throughout throughout Matthew, Mark, and Luke. All right, Jesus does this in his years of walking with the disciples. He's teaching them how to do these things. See yourself as a disciple and learn from him. All right, so again, giving up your way for God's way, letting go of control. You just gotta let go. All right, so what is strength? Strength is sacrifice, selflessness, letting go of control, fighting by prayer and word, not giving into the urge of impulse, whether it be actions or whether it just be thoughts, not being led by them, not letting them lead you. All right. We are also saying that strength is not clapping back. We not clapping back no more. All right, y'all. It's 2022. We're going to clap at the devil, but we're not going to clap back at our marriages and at the men that are trying to lead our life. I don't need a man syndrome, pushing your agenda now that you think you want things to go your way. You want things to, work out in your favor. You have this idea of what you think marriage is supposed to look like. This is not strength. Going to your friends and family before God, this is not strength. I wrote something and I was going through my journal and I want to share it with y'all. It's not too much, but I thought of it like this. Strength is more spiritual based. It's not flesh based. The opposite of strength is flesh based. What does this mean? I looked at it as flesh relies and looks for feelings, while spirits act with a deeper purpose. Think about it. You are fighting against an enemy. It's spirits, and it has a deeper purpose. It's not after your clothes. It's not after your lace front. It's not after your car that just got repossessed, unfortunately. He is after your mind. He is after your purpose. And when you're with your purpose partner, of course, the first thing he's going to try to do is try to destroy, kill, steal, and destroy that marriage. All right? You don't want him to take advantage of that. It's all about something deeper. But when these things happen, as human beings, we tend to fall back on our feelings and we get really emotional and we act by emotions. We clap back. We have impulses. We're not thinking clearly. We're upset. We don't know how to take a step back and really look at what's going on. So that's what I encourage you to do, Queen. Take a step back and look at what's really going on. That's what true strength is. True strength is giving up your control, how you think, what you assess the situation to be, and letting God take the lead, letting God control. The word of God in Proverbs 3:5 says, do not lean on your own understanding. We cannot trust our own hearts. We cannot trust our own minds. Even when we think that our intentions are pure, sometimes it might be wicked. It might have selfish desires and goals and motives. We have to take everything to God, y'all. When I'm telling y'all, being a kingdom wife is not easy. It's not just about posting pictures on Instagram and wearing the same pajamas on Christmas and, going to trips and getting passport stamps together. Yes, that stuff is fun. But what it's really about is going to war. Going to war. You are at war immediately. Not even immediately when you step into marriage. When you get into this when you say yes to the ring, you need to know that it is game time. All right. It's like the Super Bowl every day. you need to come bringing your best. And your best don't necessarily mean that you can't cry. Sometimes them ugly cries be them strongest prayers and them strongest power movements. That's why I'm telling y'all, everything we learned about a strong woman, you need to go to God and tell him to just reassess and just put something new and fresh in your mindset, because sometimes you're going to have to do some ugly cries, because the devil out here trying to steal our marriages, and we rebuking it and we binding that spirit in the name of Jesus. All right, y'all. So that's my time. This is number 4, strength that falls under the 5 attributes of a kingdom wife series. I hope that you found this useful. Do me a favor, share this video with your best friends, your grannies, your aunties. And you know what, ladies? I've been thinking about doing something. Let me know what y'all think about it. I would like to take on some ladies. I'm offering myself to take on some fiancés, some single ladies, some wives who need an accountability partner, who need a fiancé coach. That would be me. Someone that can help them on this walk. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be single, you can be a fiance, you can be a longtime girlfriend, and you can be a wife. But maybe you're just looking for an accountability partner, somebody that can keep it 100, be transparent. I'm telling you, I'm here for you. I will put my calendar entry in the bottom of the in the YouTube box, so that you can go ahead and book me. All right. And the first session will be on me, so don't even worry about it. But I just want to help kingdom marriages win in 2022, because the enemy is just not letting up. All right. And neither is COVID. So we fighting COVID just like we fighting the enemy. All right. And we going to keep it going. So I love y'all. God bless y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.